Stop the weight gain. Look, if you're having trouble burning fat, I'll share with you in this lesson 3 of the best foods that put your metabolism in a fat burning state. They're not sugar, it's not carbs, it's delicious fat burning foods. Let's start with the first one, and that's going to be red meat. We've been told a handful of lies when it comes to red meat. Red meat is one of the most anti-inflammatory fat burning foods in the world. But Ben, there are studies that show red meat is causing cancer and inflammation and heart disease. It's not the burger that's causing that. It's the bun that the burger is in. Here's why I believe red meat is one of the best foods for you to burn fat. Red meat, especially fatty cuts of meat like a ribeye steak or ground beef, it is loaded with vitamins and minerals that really support your metabolism to put it in a fat burning state. Red meat is rich in amino acids, high quality, complete protein, which is known to increase feelings of fullness. This means if you're struggling with cravings for sugar, carbohydrates, and you keep sabotaging yourself by increasing red meat and getting quality protein, it really helps with all these sugar cravings you're dealing with. When you eat enough red meat, and I'll give you how much red meat I think you should consume, it creates something in your body called thermogenesis. You see, red meat is rich in complete protein. And this has a high thermic effect, meaning the body uses more energy to digest it, especially compared to other foods like carbohydrates. This increased energy expenditure means your metabolism is burning more calories when you're sitting on the couch. When you eat red meat, it's activating certain hormones and chemicals in your body. I'll give you a list of them: cholecystokinin, leptin, peptide YY. You don't have to know those. All you need to know is that when you eat the red meat, it signals to your stomach, it signals to your brain, you're full. Put down the fork. No need to walk to your pantry and eat the Oreos or the Cheetos. You're satiated, you're full. You don't have to snack. You could actually practice time-restricted feeding, fasting, and allow your body to burn body fat. And one of the most important reasons why I want you to consume red meat is because it helps you build lean muscle. If you're looking to extend your lifespan, burn fat, lower inflammation, become more insulin sensitive, and get rid of that stubborn belly fat, you want to make sure you have enough muscle mass on your body. No, I'm not saying you have to be a bodybuilder or a CrossFitter, but it's important to build that lean muscle mass. And I'll share with you the most comprehensive study ever done on the metabolism. I wrote about this study in my book, Metabolic Freedom. It's a Duke study, 2021 study, that was a worldwide study. It involved many countries, and it also involved 6,600 people from the age of 1 all the way to the age 95 and everything in between. And here's what the study said. This is just going to blow your mind. It showed that there are no significant changes in the metabolism between ages 20 and ages 60. So your excuse that you're gaining weight because you're getting older and your metabolism is slowing down, that has just been debunked. The study went on to show that once you reach age 60, they notice a 0.7% decline in the metabolism every year after age 60. You might be watching this or listening to this and you're over age 60 thinking, that's bad news, Ben. But the study said the reason why the metabolism starts to decline after age 60 is loss of muscle mass. Meaning, when you eat enough red meat and high quality protein and build lean muscle mass in your 40s, 50s, and even over 60 and retain that muscle mass, you could be 75 years old with the same metabolism as when you were 25 years old. That is super cool, my friend. Red meat provides some of the most nutrients that you will never find in kale, broccoli, and vegetables. It has way more nutrients than any vegetable in the entire world. Red meat provides iron, zinc, B vitamins, all play a role in energy metabolism. So you want to aim to get, at all of your meals, at least 30 to 40 grams of red meat, which would equal about a 6 to 8 ounce piece of steak. Easy peasy. Consume that at least one meal a day and you'll start to burn fat. Let's move on to the second fat burning food here. This is going to be the ultimate satiety fat burning food that I call Mother Nature's multivitamin. That's going to be eggs with the yolk. Eggs are packed with protein and essential vitamins and minerals. Research suggests that when you have eggs for breakfast, for example, it will enhance your fat loss mechanisms. This one study found that individuals who consumed just 3 eggs a day lost, on average, 9.7% more body fat than the individuals who did not consume the eggs. Eggs contain all essential amino acids, which we just established with the red meat. Very important. This activates something called muscle protein synthesis, which increases your lean muscle mass, which increases your basal metabolic rate, which means you burn more calories. Eggs are rich in choline, which is one of the most important nutrients for your liver. Your liver is a major player, not just in detoxification. It's a major player in fat loss. And if you're overweight right now, struggling to lose weight, chances are you have a backed up, sluggish liver from carbohydrate intake, processed foods, seed oils, alcohol, toxins. So choline is a magical nutrient that pulls fat from your liver, especially if you have non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. And eggs are loaded with choline. Not to mention, eggs contain vitamin D, which is a steroid hormone and an important vitamin important for many functions inside of your metabolism. About 30 to 40% of people in the US are vitamin D deficient. They really need eggs. So you want to consume 5 to 6 eggs every day. That's going to get you enough protein to activate that muscle protein synthesis, get you enough zeaxanthin, B vitamins, EPA, DHA. These are just antioxidants found in the eggs and the yolk. The best way to consume the eggs is to make sure they're runny. The runnier the eggs, the better. When you overcook eggs, you lose some of the nutrients. You lose some of the nutritional value that are packed inside of that yolk. So you don't want to consume your eggs if it's scrambled, overly scrambled, hard boiled. Now, there are some benefits to consuming that, but ideally it should be a soft scrambled or poached eggs or soft boiled eggs. You want those eggs to be runny. That's where you really get those nutrients to increase that metabolic rate, burn fat, produce energy, feel like a freaking rock star. Now we move on to the third food. This food contains healthy fats and fiber. It's actually a fruit. Most people don't realize that this is a fruit, and it is avocados. If you consumed one medium-sized avocado every day, you will have better digestion, better sleep, less inflammation, less of the stress hormone cortisol, and of course your burned fat. Here's why. Avocados are low in carbohydrates, low in sugar, even though it's a fruit, and low in anti-nutrients like oxalates and other anti-nutrients we're trying to avoid when we're looking to lose weight and lower inflammation. It also helps you feel full and satiated, which prevents cravings. This one study indicated that adding half an avocado to lunch increased satisfaction by 23 to 26% and reduced the desire to eat for the next 5 hours by 28 to 40%. That's super cool. Avocados are loaded with healthy fats called monounsaturated fats, which are building blocks to your hormones, including your fat-burning hormones. Avocados help to regulate your blood sugar levels with the healthy amount of fiber in the avocados. Avocados contain twice as much potassium than bananas. And bananas are loaded with sugar. There's a big glucose spike. It's not conducive. Bananas are not conducive to fat loss. Avocados, you get more potassium, a fraction of the sugar, and it actually helps with fat loss. Avocados are loaded with fat-soluble vitamins A, D, E, and K, important for energy metabolism. Avocados are loaded with B vitamins and phytosterols, which help to buffer stress. You've heard about cortisol, the stress hormone, and if you have belly fat right now, there's a good chance that this is because of high levels of cortisol. It's called the cortisol belly. That's the fat around the midsection. When you consume one medium avocado per day, you're going to get the phytosterols, the B vitamins, the potassium, which buffers that cortisol and helps you burn that cortisol belly. It's actually incredible. Different ways to consume your medium avocado every day. Pair it with the eggs, pair it with the red meat. You could put it in a protein shake. It actually makes that protein shake, it gives it a really amazing, delicious consistency. Or just straight up eat that avocado with olive oil and sea salt. It's an amazing, amazing meal that supports your metabolism. Now, before I get to your common questions on this topic here, I want to share something with you. In just a few days, I'm going to be hosting a free 3-day fat burn challenge. I'll go live with you for 3 days in a row for an hour and a half every single day. And I will show you exactly the best foods to eat for fat loss, the worst foods to stay away from, how to use keto and fasting to burn fat, lower inflammation, feel good. This is a 3-day masterclass on fat loss, and it's completely free. Head over to burnfatchallenge.com or click the link in the notes down below. If you're watching on YouTube, scan the QR code. Reserve your free spot. This is free, but we have limited spots available, so make sure you sign up and get in there right now. Let's get to the first question here. Isn't red meat bad for heart health and cholesterol? There's a term that I talk about in my brand new book, Metabolic Freedom, called lipophobia. This means it is the fear of dietary fat based off of 50 plus years of propaganda and misinformation. Red meat does not increase your chances of heart disease. Red meat might raise your cholesterol levels. The eggs might raise your cholesterol levels, but is that a bad thing? Studies actually show more people die from heart disease with normal to low cholesterol than with high cholesterol. But you've been taught the complete opposite. You've been taught lower your cholesterol, get on a statin. The statin industry made $13.4 billion last year. They don't want you to know this truth. And unfortunately, a lie told often enough becomes the truth. And this red meat lie has been told over and over and over. Chances are by your doctor, your dietitian, and it couldn't be further from the truth. It is propaganda and misinformation. The illiterate of the 21st century, it's not those who cannot read and write, it's those who cannot learn, unlearn, and relearn, said Alvin Toffler. So we need to unlearn this BS information that red meat causes heart disease. It's not the burger, as I mentioned, it's the bun that the burger is in. It's the processed carbohydrates. And one more note here. When you increase your cholesterol, you're actually going to feel better. You're going to burn fat because cholesterol is the building blocks for all of your hormones, including your energy-producing hormones, including your fat-burning hormones, and your brain is mostly fat. It's about 60 to 70% fat. So you're going to actually feel better, think better, and just overall thrive. Next question is this. How many eggs per day is too many? It's kind of hard to overdo it with eggs because it has so much protein. But I can tell you this. I've eaten 8 to 10 eggs in a single meal when I was absolutely starving. And eat as much as you want. It's going to be hard to eat too many eggs because protein is so satiating and filling. But the ideal range is to get at least 5 to 6 with your meals to activate that muscle protein synthesis. The next question is this. What about the cost of eating steak, eggs, and avocado daily? Is this sustainable if I'm on a budget? I get it. And I always say do the best you can with your current level of resources. And I'm not trying to be mean here, or I'm not trying to be, I'm trying to be empathetic is what I'm trying to say. I hear so many people say it's so expensive to be healthy. And that may be true. It might cost more to be healthy. But wait until they hand you the bill for being sick. That's a bill you cannot pay. The cool thing about eating healthy food, eggs, avocados, meat, it allows you to practice intermittent fasting where you're not snacking in between meals because you're so satiated and full. You're maybe skipping a meal because you feel so satiated and full, and you could save money by doing that. So there's some trade-offs here, but do the best you can with your resources. Next question is this. What's the best time of day to eat these foods for fat loss? The goal is to have your meals within an 8-hour window. So that could mean between 12 p.m. and 8 p.m. or between 8 a.m. and 2 p.m., whatever fits your schedule. But you want to consume all of your calories within an 8-hour window. Even better if it's a 6-hour window, but the 8 hours is going to be the maximum length here. So you could have your 2 to 3 meals within that window. That would be the ideal range. Can I eat all 3 foods in one day or should I cycle them? It's up to you. You could have the eggs and avocado for breakfast. You could have the steak for lunch. You could mix and match. You could have them all on the same day. You could have them on alternating days. However you want to do it, just make sure they're consistently put into your diet on a weekly basis. Will I still lose weight if I eat these foods but go over my calorie needs? Look, we need to detach from focusing on calories. It's not about calories in versus calories out. Yeah, calories matter. They're not important. The body is not a bank account. It's not a math equation or a calculator. It's a very complex chemistry lab. The people who focus on calories in versus calories out, they're doing it backwards. They're treating the symptom, meaning if you're overweight right now, like I was obese for 20 plus years, I never had a weight problem. You don't have a weight problem. It's a weight symptom. The problem is inflammation and hormones. By eating these foods, even if it increases your calories, you're still going to burn fat because you're lowering inflammation and allowing your hormones to do the job. So counting calories and focusing on calories is more of a distraction than anything else. Do not even worry about that. Are grass-fed meats and pasture-raised eggs necessary, or are conventional okay? Conventional is not ideal. Ideally, you want to get organic, grass-fed, grass-finished, pasture-raised, but if you could only find or afford conventional, you're still gonna benefit. It's a great step in the right direction. What are the best ways to cook these foods to maximize benefits and avoid harmful compounds like oxidative fats or something called AGEs? AGEs stand for advanced glycation end products. It just means oxidative stress. So let's go through the three foods here. With red meat, the redder, the better. So medium rare, at the very maximum medium well, but the more you overcook red meat, the more nutrients that gets lost when you cook it. So well done is not the best option here. You want to make sure that steak or that ground beef is red in the middle. Even if it's slightly red, you want to make sure you see red. With the eggs, I already mentioned, the more runnier the yolk, the healthier it is for you. Avocados, you're not cooking the avocado, so you're eating that raw, either with the eggs, with the steak, or on its own with olive oil or sea salt. There you have it. Eat those three foods, burn fat, and join my 3-day fat loss challenge over at burnfat.com. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. And if you love this lesson, I recently published a lesson giving you 7 different breakfast options, a week's worth of options to eat these foods to burn dangerous visceral fat. Go check out that video if you haven't watched it yet. Here's a clip. Click this video on the screen and I'll see you in that lesson. It all starts with breakfast, the first meal of the day. 4 to 6 eggs, 3 strips of bacon, and half to a whole medium-sized avocado. The right type of coffee beans, and I'll outline how to find the right type, are loaded with a powerful polyphenol called chlorogenic acid, CGA.